Just a couple weeks back, we were lamenting at the news of the discontinuation of the 35-year-old Subaru Legacy sedan. Now, Chevy's killing the Malibu. Is there going to be no sedans left for Chevy? And is this trend going to keep continuing? Nine generations of the Malibu, which began all the way back in 1964. It was originally a trim level. The first two generations, it was an upper trim level of the Chevelle, rest in peace, Chevelle. And then by the third generation, it was actually an entry level trim level of the Chevelle. Now, by the fourth generation in 1978, GM and Chevy were downsizing everything. All right, so now it's a much smaller vehicle, and the Chevelle nameplate no longer survived. It had been replaced entirely by the Malibu. If we look at that 1978 Malibu, look how many vehicles that it shared with: the Century, the Regal, the Monte Carlo, the Cutlass, the Le Mans, the Bonneville. If we go back to the second generation again, it shared with other rear-wheel drive GM products like the El Camino, the Monte Carlo, rest in peace. You also had the Pontiac Grand Am and the Grand Prix and Le Mans. Like, so many iconic nameplates that, like, the final nail in the coffin for the legacy of General Motors sedans. Now, we had a huge hiatus, guys. What was it, from 83 all the way until 96? We had a 13-year hiatus going from the rear-wheel drive massive platforms to a front-wheel drive compact or mid-size sedan. I remember the commercials for the Malibu Max because it was kind of this ugly little hatchback. I saw one maybe a couple months back. I'm still picking my jaw up off the floor. This thing was so ridiculous, and it didn't last very long, that Malibu Max, the 5-door. But I mean, 9 generations long. The 8th generation sticks around. I remember knowing a few people that had the 7th generation, I should say, and I thought it was a pretty good looking sedan at the time anyways. 8th generation started to lose its edge, in my opinion, and then we got to the final 9th generation, and rest in peace sedans. I guess you could say it almost looks a little bit like Toyota's new Hammerhead design, but yeah, it's pretty much a rental car at this point, the Malibu. Let me know if you guys had any touching memories of the Malibu. I really don't. There's not a lot of significance for me, and I don't know too many people in my friends or family circle that, you know, repped the Malibu, but I know it's going to hit hard for some of you guys out there. So they're killing the Malibu, go figure, in Kansas for the Bolt EV and the new EUV. So there you go. Another sedan biting the dust for EVs, or a crossover. And at that Fairfax assembly line, they'll be building the XT4 gasoline model and the fully electric Bolt. I mean, the Malibu sold over 10 million sales throughout its lifetime. The Malibu will end production November of 2024. And of course, this will result in a layoff until production resumes affected employees. The new Bolt is using the new Ultium EV platform, and it is coming in 2025. U.S. sales for the Malibu declined 13% in the first quarter of 2024 to just 32,749 units, after rising 13% in 2023 to 130,000 sales total. It's not like it's some niche product that was barely selling. Over 100,000 units? Guys, that is massive. It probably was in third place behind the Accord and the Camry in terms of sales. Peak sales for the Malibu since returning to 96 was in 2016 with 227,000 units. And Malibu is Chevy's last remaining sedan. The Trax and the Trailblazer are now the entry-level models. Can you believe it? No more sedan in Chevy's lineup by the end of this year. I'm almost speechless, but Ford's already done it. Now Chevy's doing it. And is Hyundai going to do it? Is Kia going to do it? Is Honda and Toyota? Absolutely not. They are still raking in the sales for the sedans, but I've never driven the new Malibu, but there's no way it was anywhere close to as competitive as the new Accord or any of the new vehicles, actually, from the Kia K5 to the Hyundai Sonata, the new Accord hybrid and the new Camry hybrid. Those two sit on top, in my opinion, with the Camry still the king of the midsize sedan segment. So rest in peace, Malibu. I'm sure some of you guys will miss this sedan, but more importantly, this is the closing of a historic chapter for General Motors. Cadillac still has some sedans, but Buick doesn't have any, I don't think, at this point anymore. And rest in peace, Pontiac, right? So anyways, I'll see you guys down below. Pour one out for our homie, the Malibu. Peace out.